education class followed by an actionable recommendation. So what I did, because I'm used to this, I asked the top 5 good things. And then as we're going along, you guys can put in, you agree or disagree. High engagement and random participation. I love the wheel of names. Students repeatedly praised the randomization of the name. It kept them alert, it forced everyone to participate, and it was cited as the most engaging part of class. That's good. I'm going to keep using it, but I'm not going to be comfortable with it. Number 2, relevant, real student questions. Students ask excellent practice questions. Practical questions. Driving in hail, driving on ice, what to do about a driver who's under the influence, driving in a tornado. This shows they are thinking critically. Okay, that's good for you. Number 3, effective use of takeaways at the end of the session. I took my time. Last time you said I was going too fast, we ran out of time. I'd rather run out of time than not have enough information to fill the time, because I have data, I have tests, I have critical videos. We have Department of Driver's Education curriculum. So this means you're going to learn more. Okay? Students learn something. Excited to time, 723, 801, 811. This reinforced key points and held students accountable. If you want me to be accountable, I'm going to keep you accountable. It goes both ways. If I'm saying something wrong, then you need to hold me accountable. But if you said something wrong, I'm going to hold you accountable. This way, we all grow. That's good teaching. The questions about the prefrontal cortex was good, thoughtful, strong peer-to-peer learning. Students frequently reinforce each other's, and that's good. 5 bad things. It was a little too fast, a little too shallow, a little bit uneven. This might be the wrong one. Oh, we did the IEPD process. Let me go down further. I have nothing to hide. Let me go down further. So hold on 1 second. Because they actually gave us a grade. Okay. Yes, here we go. This is the most current information. Excuse me for reading the other day. So what I did, I compared 2 days ago to yesterday. Number 1, much slower. You guys want me to go slower. Cleaner pacing. Okay, it mentioned your names. You can see them. But the flow was better. That was the number 1 complaint 2 days ago, that I was going too fast. Sorry I had the dogs in here because I'm doing the right thing. And sometimes you got to do the right thing. Number 2, highly effective use of quizzing. Students love the interaction quizzes because they help them retain information. This added a gamified accountability. I use a gamified version in education, in driving, in whatever I do, because I like games too, and we learn. Several students did not like the breakout room. That's okay. Several students did like the breakout room. Okay? It made, some students said the breakout rooms made the class feel more connected, more collaborative, and less passive. It's okay, guys. I got the dogs in here. I need to do this to help my family. It's all right. And I'll get through that. Number 4, will of names continue to drive participation. Students repeatedly noted that. Instructor went deeper. That's what you want me to do today before the test. You want me to go deeper. You want me to give more questions. I'm not going to rush. Whatever we cover is what we cover. Me as a high achiever, not a type A personality, but a caring, loving person who wants to get it done. You want to be ready to go. Some of you are ready to go. Some of you aren't ready to go. Some of you don't want to work hard. Some of you do want to work hard. My test scores speak for themselves. My students do very well. Okay. Some students mentioned, specifically called out you and explained things in more depth. That's good. That's what you want your instructor to do. Let's look at the bad things. Number 1, the breakout rooms weren't good for everyone. Some people felt alone. Number 2, some pacing inconsistently. That's a little bit of me, but it's a little bit of you. Some of you don't push yourself. I'm an educator. When you get to high school, you got to push yourself. Ninth grade, you're new, you're overwhelmed. 10th grade, you're starting to understand. 11th grade, you got the AP US civics teacher. You're taking driver's ed. You're getting a job. Every single grade, you got to push. If you want good grades, because you only go to high school 48 months. You're only in high school 48 months of your life. And if you're lazy or a slacker, wearing your coat backwards, dressing with pajamas, then you'll probably not drive consistently, or you'll run a light, or you'll be late, or you'll try to be silly. Every single year, you can still be silly and be an adult. I'm silly too. I enjoy having a good sense of humor, but I realize my importance. So you have got to start pushing yourself. And for some of you, this will expose you. Well, what do you mean? I need more questions. Some of you tend to sit back, but the wheel of names is going to call you. It's going to expose you. And then you're going to evaluate me. And then I'm going to evaluate you. That's how we grow if you want to get better. If you don't, you'll say, wow, I took driver's ed. Right? Let's keep moving. So we do need more visuals. Hunter did mention that. We need more images. And as I push myself to do better, I'll put some links in. I'll put some images in. I will do that. Okay? That's fixable. Number 4, logistics. We want to work the makeup students. That's still an issue. I know you're here for a makeup. You may think I don't know. You may think corporate doesn't know. You're just here for a set amount of time. Some students want to tell me, well, I'm here for 15 minutes or I'm here for an hour. The company knows you're here. They know when you're here. They know when you're not here. So we're being watched. We want to make sure you put your information in, your date of birth. That's something I do to verify you're here. Okay. Let's look at grade. Yesterday, the class log was about a C+. Somebody said I went too fast. Today, significantly slower pace. The breakout rooms, which I'm going to use again. I'm going to use the quizzes, and I'm going to use the wheel of names for deeper explanation. Well, some of us don't like it. I'm trying to go deeper. I can't please every single kid in here. And I'm not going to try. I'm going to use multiple areas of learning to help you grow. That's what good teachers do. They don't rely on a quizzy. They don't rely on a pencil and paper test. They don't rely on DBQs, document-based question if you don't know. They don't rely on essays. They don't rely on short answers. They don't rely on true false. I'll tell you a joke today. I had 2 different quizzes. My students tried to cheat. They still had 7 questions. The first sheet had 7 multiple choice questions. The second sheet had 3 true false. The kids thought it was easy. Then it had some short answer. The kids are like, oh my God, they're different. You have 2 different tests you're going to take tomorrow. I'm letting you know this. So students gave grades ranging from a B+ to an A-. One person gave me an A. Why not an A? One student said the breakout rooms need to be improved. You need to tell me why when I open that up. One student explicitly asked for images. I haven't put images in yet. We could look at images on Google. That will help us. So what I need to do is have some links ready. So I'm learning from you. Okay. One person pointed out logistical friction point, the makeup. Another person said an A without a qualifier. Why better than yesterday? Complaints about speed, shallow answers, confusion, no closure. Today, explicit praise. Pace was better, more depth, more quizzes, breakout rooms. You listened and changed behavior. Students noticed that, and you appreciate it. You appreciate it when I explain and I take my time. Remember, some of you are here just to be here. I'm not in your psychological head. I'm not doing your geography. I'm not doing your calculus. I'm not there with you at home. I'm not your high school teacher. I'm your driving instructor. Okay. Better, much better, deeper answers, visuals. We will show more videos tonight. The breakout room used but mixed feedback. Student assisted grade B plus, A minus. Overall grade B plus. So we did improve. We did get better. Thank you. So what I want to do, and we're going to hit the visual right now. We're going to go over the rest of the curriculum. And then what I need you to do is take some notes when I go over on mirrors. Whatever I go over, I'll tell you, hey, write down 3 or 4 questions. So we're getting visuals right now. So I'm going to go over the rest of the curriculum. And I need you to pay attention. I need you to listen. Because I know the test is tomorrow. I'm not worried. I'm going to be thorough. And if you did your part, you're fine. So give me 1 second, please. Okay, we're going to go over mirror usage. You can follow along. What I suggest you do, you're at mirror usage, just write down 3 questions. Okay? If each of you do that, when we do the wheel of names, it calls you, you get your question answered. If your question is similar to another person's question, let's cross it out. If your question is significantly different, when I call on you, this way we don't repeat. Don't worry, Keegan and Lucas, we will add you into the wheel of names. All right, I would write mirror usage facts. Okay? This information will help you. So, mirror usage. Cars have 3 mirrors. We have an inside mirror, a driver's side mirror. Our steering wheel's on the left. We're in America. We drive on the right. And then we have a passenger side mirror. So we have 3 mirrors. The mirrors don't tell you how far something is away. This is 10 feet. This is 12 feet. This is 2 feet. Your mirrors do not talk. Could they talk in the future? Could they give you information? Of course. Okay? But as of right now, of April 29th, 2026, your mirrors don't tell you how far or close something is away. Now, you may have a light or something, but it doesn't give you a number. Okay? So when your vehicle's in motion, if you want to change the lanes to the left, you got to check your inside mirror, outside mirror. If you're going to the left, you look over your left shoulder. If you're going to the right, you look mirror, inside mirror, outside mirror, you look over your shoulder. Some of you are still looking over the wrong shoulder. That is a behavior, habit thing you will learn. Okay? You will get better. You won't make that mistake on your 5th or your 4th drive. If you are, you didn't learn it on your 1st or 2nd. Remember, I can't cut your head open and pour this knowledge in. You have to learn it. Okay? When stopping, I should see you looking in your rear mirror. I don't see you guys doing that. Here's why. A truck could be coming. A bus could be coming. Someone speeding who's looking down could be coming and they could hit you. So preparing you for when you're 16, you need to start looking in your mirror when you slow down. If I want you to be great drivers, I'm going to give you this information now. I'm paraphrasing a little bit of this information. You have it too. Mirror usage when turning. When the driver prepares to turn, mirrors should be checked before any speed or position change. Why? A car could be next to you, a kid on an e-scooter, a man and a woman on a motorcycle. If you don't check, you could crush them between the curb and your car. If you don't check, you could hit someone or something. So you have to always look. Like you walking in the hallway at school. You do it, but you don't realize it. If you have to turn around and go the opposite way in the hallway, you look. If you're going from right to left, your eyes look as you turn your head. If you have to go around to the right, your eyes turn and look. Some of you don't do that in the car. It's almost like the car has control of your eyes and your head, and you don't move it. Okay? When changing lanes, a driver is attempting to change lanes. Mirrors should be checked before any speed change or position change. Let's imagine a big semi truck. Okay? 153 feet long. If you don't check the mirrors, you're going to crush 3 to 10 cars. You're in a car, your car's 8 to 10 feet long. If you don't check your mirrors and look, you're going to hit a car. Same way in school. If you're walking down a hallway and you forgot your calculator and you have geometry and your instructor lets you use the calculator for partial credit, you're going to have to look and go back to your locker or go back to the car. So checking mirrors for blind areas. A lot of beginning drivers are people in general, well, I have a little blind spot mirror. I don't need to look over my shoulder. Or I have bigger mirrors. That is wrong. You will always have a blind spot. A lot of drivers want to argue. A lot of older drivers want to argue. You will always have a blind spot. Checking mirrors, blind spot areas. Regular side view mirrors, even when angled out in an additional 12 to 14 degrees. Let's pretend this is 30 degrees. Let's angle them out to 42. Let's angle them out to 46. You still have to look over your shoulder. And it says, do not provide sufficient information to safely make movement. You always have to look over your shoulders. And if you don't believe me, when you start driving and you don't look over your shoulders, a car's going to be in your blind spot and you're going to hit a car. So we don't want that to happen. Traditional mirror settings, outside mirrors are set so that the driver can see the back edges of the vehicle, maybe more appropriately for trucks and SUVs, but you still have to look. Enhanced mirror settings. Inside mirrors become primary mirror for view of the rear. Outside mirrors should be adjusted to reduce, it didn't say take away, to reduce blind spots and to provide maximum visibility. You got to look. You have to look over your shoulders. You have to look out of your back window when you're backing in your driveway. You can run over your dog. You can run over a skateboard. You can run over your neighbor's little bike. So always look. We know doors have to be locked. Most cars have an automatic door setting. You want to build habits. Some visors come down and protect the sun in your eye. Hip restraints, there's a cushion. When you get hit, you'll move forward. They prevent you from having whiplash. Seatbelts, they keep you seated in the vehicle. Some of you, as beginning drivers, won't wear your seatbelts. You need your seatbelts on. Airbag is in your steering wheel. There are side curtain airbags, and there are airbags in the passenger dashboard. Traction control, there's a button you can push to allow the car to have better traction in rain, in mud, in sleet. Well, when it's one case you want to take your traction control off, maybe you're stuck. And if you hit the gas hard, the computer will pull power away. So that's one case where you want to take the traction control off so you can have more power or torque to get you out. But also traction control can save your life because you have too much wheel speed and you'll crash. ESP, Electronic stability program, that's going to be in your test. I would circle it. I would highlight it. I'm taking my time. So it's a system that applies brakes maybe to the inside or outside. It may pull power away. And it says all ABS systems include ABS, automatic braking systems, and apply the front two wheels or all four wheels in some vehicles. So some all-wheel drive vehicles, the computer may put brakes on all four. It may put brakes on just the front or just the back. Okay, depending upon, are you skidding? Are you skidding in a curve going to the left? Are you skidding in a curve going to the right? And most of your parents' vehicles have this as a standard feature. Okay. Some of your parents' vehicles are just front wheel drive. The front wheels turn. Some of them are just rear wheel drives. The rear wheel drives push. The front wheel drives pull the car. Okay. Crumple zones, they are the four corners, the driver's side right, the driver's side left corner, the passenger side corner. Keegan, can you do me a favor? Can you write down the questions? Then when we do the wheel of names, we'll call you so we can be more efficient. That would really help. Okay? So I'm directing you to take your notes. Then I'll put your name in the wheel of names, and it'll be more efficient. I'm going to get through this because I know it's on the test. So you have to trust my judgment. Is this an efficient way to teach information? No. Will some of you read this? No. Because I can tell from the questions you miss, some of you don't read. So please do that for me. Just write it down. Because when we do the wheel of names, you'll be able to pull back and ask those questions. Okay? So crumple zones are there to protect you. The car is designed to crumple up in an accident that hits the front right corner, front left corner, rear right corner, or the rear left corner. It's there to protect you. You do have backup devices. You have warning signs. You have chimes. You have beeps. When you're backing up in your parents' driveway, it'll start beeping or chiming when you get close to the garage door. But you can't always trust that. What if the sensor's dirty? What if it has mud on it? What if your little brother, sister is on the ground playing? What if your dog comes out? Okay? Some of you asked about cruise control. Some of your parents' vehicles have adaptive cruise control. Let's pretend you're walking in the hallway. Everyone starts walking faster. You're like, man, I got to start walking faster. Or everyone starts walking slower. You got to start walking slower. Same thing when you drive. There's a sensor in your front grille, a front bumper. It measures the distance between your car and the car ahead of you. It will pick up based on speed and distance from the other vehicle, or it will slow down. Blind spot detectors, they are sensors in your mirrors that will let you know a car is in your blind spot. But again, it doesn't say, hey, it's 5 feet. Hey, it's 10 feet. Hey, it's 20 feet. Those new technologies could be coming. Let's pretend you're driving home from New York or Dallas. You're tired. Your car may shake the steering wheel. If you're drifting out of your lane, you fell asleep. Or you may have a chime or ding. That's a life-saving device. Parking assistance. Some of the Fords have parking assistance. You can just pull up next to a car, put it in reverse. The sensors will turn the steering wheel all the way to the right. The car will back in. It will parallel park for you. But you can't use that on the test. You need to learn how to parallel park. Let's talk and look at hand over hand. A lot of people have questions over hand over hand. Give me 10 minutes. Hand over hand. Hand over hand is good for, and you can look at it, for skid recovery. For areas with limited sight lines. Back parking lots. Backing in your driveway. Backing in a narrow roadway. It is executed when the driver makes a turn, crossing one hand over another. We're talking about right turns, limited sight lines. Students love to talk about it, love to argue about, well, I don't do hand over hand. I'm not the hand over hand police. I'm your instructor. Certain maneuvers, parallel parking, backing in your driveway, backing in your parents' garage, if you don't turn hand over hand, I guarantee you will sideswipe mom and dad's car, and then they won't be happy. Hand over hand makes you more effective. Okay? I'm giving you some good examples, I hope. Push pull. This is good going around a curve, making a slight turn. Some of you are still learning hand over hand and push pull. And around that third or fourth drive, you're going to put it together. Push pull is good for going around curves, getting the car out of a dog runs out. You turn the wheel slightly to the right. You turn the wheel slightly to the left. If you do hand over hand, you're going to throw the car all the way to the left or throw it all the way to the right. So I gave you some examples. You don't drive in school, so you don't have a steering wheel when you're walking in school. Acceleration. Some of you are still slamming the gas and the car takes off really fast. Wear thin sole shoes. Put the bottom of your right foot on the floor. You want to pivot it between the gas and brake. Some of you still don't do that. Braking. Use the ball of your foot. Some of you have your foot to the right side of the pedal. You don't have enough leverage. So the car doesn't stop, and then you panic, and then you slam the brakes, and then we get rear-ended. Use the ball of your foot. Some of you are listening to that. Some of you are not. Some of you still mix up your left and right foot, and that scares me because your foot will slip off. So use your right foot only. If your foot is slipping off the brake, either the brake pad is worn out or your shoe is worn out. I'll say it again. If your foot is slipping off the brake, your right foot, either you have old shoes or the brake pad is worn. The brake pad on the brake lever is worn out. And if the brake lever pad is worn out, I'll go to the store and get a new one. They don't cost much. So I will fix that problem this weekend. I'm going to call on people randomly. I need you to be ready.